We have our Swami Ekarthananda, who heads the Ramakrishna mission in Nepal. He has spent extensive time in India and has been working in this area of social awakening. So I look forward to hearing his inspirational talk from him.
Namaskar to all of you, and especially His Excellency Mr. Gilles Barbau. I don't know how to pronounce. French is very difficult to pronounce. And the first French name that I learned to pronounce was Ramakrishna. He was a French historian who wrote the life of Sri Ramakrishna and Swami Vivekananda. So generally people pronounce as Romain Roland, but later on I learned that it should be pronounced as Ramakrishna, and it is very near to Sanskrit. In Sanskrit there is a Chandra Bindu, and we pronounce in that particular way, so not in an English way. So His Excellency Gilles Barbau, Reverend Father, my monastic brother also, and Yann Vagneux, he taught me how to pronounce, and generally I make fun of his name. Yann means aeroplane. So his name is Sanskrit name. And Mr. Yutsu Sarma and Prem Vagneux. Hello, yes. Prem Vagneux Paniji is here, Swami Dhruv, and all of you. My greetings to all of you. I don't know what to say. And there our Chirendra Satyalji also is there, who drove me all the way here from Ashram. And and Father Gregory, he is also there. I may miss some other. One sister is sitting there. Once she came to Ashram, I think so. So anyway, so when I asked Father Yann, what shall I speak? Shall I say this or that? He told, whatever comes to your heart, you speak. So don't prepare anything. That time, that moment, whatever comes to your heart, you speak that one. So I have come totally unprepared. And I was thinking, generally, they preserve best for the last. But after hearing all the distinguished speakers, there is an exception today. This is the exception. So, whatever. Let me go to the about the book. Father Yann, once he sent me that PDF form, I think, and then I went through it, especially that Swami Abhishektananda and some other, and I read it, I liked, and when we met for the first time in the ashram, Chirendraji he brought, and we had a conversation. Then later on, our friendship grew deeper and deeper. And if I say he's following the footsteps of Ramakrishna, it won't be exaggeration. And about myself, I can say I am following the footsteps of Christ. It won't be exaggeration. It's true. I will tell you how. See, so let me tell you. Father Yann is going from place to place, living in Varanasi, and he travels to different Hindu pilgrim, Hindu temples, like that, Hindu religious places. In fact, even in Kathmandu, the Sipuri ashram, I went with Father Yann. He took me one day and introduced me to them. And Panauti Mela, that also he took me once. So like that. And why I am telling he is following in the footsteps of Ramakrishna? Because at the very fundamental of Hinduism, Sanatana Dharma. Ekam sat vipra bahuda vadanti. In Hinduism, we should go to the fundamentals, not English term nowadays. Once you say fundamental means you are a fanatics. You are a fundamentalist means you go for religious values. Not like that. In Hinduism, the terminology is quite different. It gives different meaning. Ekam Sat, the very fundamental, the very foundation of Bharatiya culture, I should say, because if I say Indian culture, it may not include culture of Nepal. But if I say Bharatiya, that is Arya Vrata, that from Kailas to Kanyakumari or like that, from Himalaya to ocean. So one fundamental doctrine, that is Ekam Sat Vipraha Bahuda Vadanti. The truth is one. Truth cannot be two. Absolute cannot be two. There cannot be two absolutes. The ultimate truth is one. Only the sages, the wise people, call it by different names. That is our fundamental doctrine, and that is maybe, even if we accept Western historians, I don't personally accept, because I believe it is not just, Rig Ved was not written when so-called Aryans, they came from Central Asia and then later on they wrote Rig Ved, not like that. It will be around 3,500 years like that, but I believe at least 5,000 years, at least. And then we come to latest, only about 1.5 centuries, Sri Ramakrishna, he practiced this doctrine of Ekam Sat Vipra Bahuda Vadanti, because born in a Hindu family, Orthodox Hindu family in Calcutta, and then he practiced in the beginning Hinduism and all the different traditions, sects of Hinduism, sampradayas, we call sampradaya, different sampradaya of Hinduism, especially Sakta sampradaya. He practiced sadhana through devotional path, Sakta sampradaya, and different traditions. Vaishnava tradition, Sakta tradition, Saiva tradition, and he practiced Tantra sadhana. Then he took sannyasa according to the Vedantic tradition of Shankaracharya, like that, from Totapuri. All these things, he was not satisfied. So to say, he was a religious glutton. So he was not satisfied with all these only traditions within Sanatana Dharma, but he went on to practice Islam and Christianity also. And he attained perfection through all the paths. And finally he declared the same thing, Ekam Sat Vipra Bahuda Vadanti. He declared in a different way. He said, as many faiths, so many paths. All the faiths are paths. Then he told, we should not think that only my watch is running correctly. All paths are true, no matter which tradition, which religion you are born in, but he told, one condition is compulsory, necessary. That is, whether you are sincere to that path or not, whether you are sincerely you want to realize God or not, to know God or not, that sincerity is required. We see in the Bible, I am very fond of quoting from Bible, that rich man who wanted to follow Christ, he went to him, and then when Christ told, okay, you can follow me, but before that, you need to give up everything. Whatever wealth you have, sell everything, distribute among the poor, and then be a poor, humble, and then you follow me. That rich man went away. Why? Because he was not sincere. Without sincerity, you cannot reach the goal through any path. Which path you are following doesn't matter. Whether you are sincere in that path or not, whether you really want to know the ultimate truth or not, that is the main thing. So Ramakrishna says, all paths are true. Even Swami Vivekananda in the Chicago Parliament of Religion in 1893, he told, we believe not only in universal toleration, but we accept all religions as true. And Swamiji says, Swami Vivekananda, we want to lead mankind to a place where there is neither the Bible, nor the Quran, nor the Vedas, yet this is to be achieved by harmonizing the Bible, the Vedas, the Quran. But when you reach the goal, these things are left behind. Because they are only guidebook, a kind of guidebook. And then, why I said I follow the path of Christ? See, in the Sermon on the Mount, I've read several times, and everybody should read, blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. And my sadhana as a spiritual practitioner, my aim is to become pure in heart. Once you become pure in heart, that moment you are free from all the bondages. You have attained God. The aim is to become pure in heart. And what is purity? Means free from all kinds of desires. We have so many worldly desires. We have desires for progeny, that is putra ishana in Sanskrit we call. We have desire for wealth, to earn money, and we have desire for name and fame. These are the main desires. And we have to be free from all these kind of desires. Because as long as desires are there, you are not free, because you are bound by the desires. Once you are free from all kinds of desires, you are free that moment. And that is what the Bible, Christ is teaching. And in our Ramakrishna Mission tradition, let me tell you, we celebrate all the different festivals of all religions. We celebrate Buddha Purnima, we celebrate Christmas Eve, and everything we accept all. And in our order we have monks from all the different traditions. And when one Swamiji is there, he is also a relative of Mr. Jirendra Satyalji, and Swami Kripamayanandaji. He is in Toronto, he is the head of there. When I joined as a novice, in the beginning I joined in Meghalaya, Shillong, one center. Then my origin is Nepal. Then that Swamiji also from Nepal. He came to Shillong, and do you know which book he presented to me? It was the Practice of Presence of God by Brother Lawrence. That was the book he presented to me as a junior monastic brother when he met me for the first time. And I read that book. It was a wonderful book. Everybody should read. And then another thing I will tell you, Swami Vivekananda, he traveled as an itinerary monk all over India, and always he used to have two books with him compulsorily. One is Bhagavad Gita, another is The Imitation of Christ. That was the book always he used to carry with himself. So I have read that book also. So that is, whichever path you follow, path is not important, whether you are sincere or not. Then through any tradition, any path, and then Ramakrishna used to give one example that there are 4 ghats, there is a pond, 4 ways to get down to the pond. So in one pond, say one Englishman is drinking water, he calls it water. A Muslim man is drinking water, he may call it pani, a Hindu may call it jal, or somebody may call it aqua, but it's the one and the same thing. So that way I feel closer. Even sometimes I used to tell, I am the real Buddhist. Why? I am the real Buddhist. Why I used to say? Then the followers of Buddhism, because Buddha said the ultimate path to peace is through renunciation. And I am following the path of renunciation. I am closer to Father Yann. Why? Because he is following the path of renunciation. See, there is the path of renunciation. Renunciation and service are the two ideals of our Hindu society or Bharatvarsha. And that is what even Christian missionaries, I should say, especially like Father Yann, is a renunciation, is practicing renunciation and then service, like he quoted Mother Teresa, and many examples are there. So that way we belong to the, if we go to the very fundamental of it, if we know the root of it, there is no difference, or differences are only in the lower level. When you fly in the aeroplane, our Father Yann, his name also means in Sanskrit, same thing. When you go higher and higher, the differences on the ground will disappear. So these differences are on the lower level, but they exist. We cannot say they will go away totally, because we have to accept everything. See, we started, if we believe in Darwin's theory, we started from amoeba, then we evolved through different species. And in our Hindu tradition, we call 84 lakh, 84 lakhs Juni. So many times we have changed our bodies, and then we have come to the human, this. Our physical evolution, through our physical evolution, we have come to a place where, as a human being, now our evolution as a physical evolution has stopped. Now our intellectual evolution and spiritual evolution, that is where, not only intellectual evolution, that is only one part of it, but ultimately spiritual evolution, that is what Swami Vivekananda says. Religion is actually, I will tell, if we understand the very fundamental of religion, it is secular. Secular in the sense, what we understand by the word secular. It is not giving up religion or your faith, not like that. That is healthy coexistence. Everybody should coexist. So, Swami Vivekananda says, religion is the idea that is raising fruit onto man and man unto God. So if you remove religion from society, what will remain? Only human brutes. Religion is not for fighting, or my path is only the true path and his path is not the true path, and then fight each other. Not like that. Religion means it's a spiritual evolution, how it evolves you. It's a journey, spiritual journey, where you evolve spiritually, and then one day you will become Buddha or Christ, or according to our tradition, you become the perfected soul. That is, you totally unfold your entire possibilities. That is to become Brahman, one with the ultimate truth. That is the real aim of religion. So we should understand religion in its real this thing. So I don't know, whatever came to my heart, I spoke as my brother monk, Father Yann told me, you speak. I don't know whatever I said, whether I said correctly or not, whatever it may be. So with these few words, let me thank all of you and His Excellency, our Father Yann talked to me about you so many times. I had great desire to meet you, but today it happened, and about you, Suji, also. And so, with these few words, I end my small talks here. Thank you very much. If I made any mistake, please pardon me. Thank you. Thank you.